Okay, today I'm just briefly describing the project. Here is a graphing project. We call it Transformations Project. And if you look close, you will find this under Schoology. The graphing project's goal is to create a really cool picture using transformations. And you have to use certain parent functions. It says specifically in this project you have to use a parabola, a square root, an absolute value, and a circle. Okay, and you can use other things like straight lines, x to the thirds, 1 over x as well, but those are not required. And when you're all done with this thing, you're going to take a screenshot of both the final image and the functions that you used, as in the equations. And you're mostly going to build this in a program called Desmos. All right, this is not due in the next few days. It's not due until after the weekend. Okay, so you have a long time before this is due. Again, it's about a week from now that it's due. All right, so the next couple days we're going to have some time to work on this. I'm going to go to a different thing. I want to show you next an actual example of one. This is a project that a kid made, and honestly, this isn't even necessarily the best one. It's cool, but we have some insane examples in the Schoology folder of past projects. Yours does not have to be this good to get an A, okay? Some people just have amazing artistic ability and go kind of crazy with this. And if you don't, it's okay, as long as you follow all the rules of the project. All right, so for instance, do you see in this sketch, do you see a parabola anywhere? Yeah, there's quite a few parabolas in here. And so I'm going to pause for just a second here. Okay, so sorry for the interruption there. So here's a parabola. This part of the eye right here, that's a parabola. But it doesn't go forever, right? It stops. So it's got an equation of, let's say that it's shifted over, and if I can tell where its base is here, maybe it's in the neighborhood of a parabola y equals x squared, but it's been shifted to the right. And let's see what the scale is on this. It looks like that's about to the right 20. So how do I go to the right 20? I'm going to go minus 20. And then I need to go up some too. It looks like it's up about between 10 and 20, maybe 16. Up 16. Now, could it be stretched also? Yeah, don't forget you can throw a stretch factor in front. Maybe this thing's got like a 2 in front of it. I'm not certain. You could make it any way you want to. And then how do you limit your domain? And this is important. On Desmos, you find these little scripts like that. Okay, and then you say, I want to keep it between, to me, this looks like, if those are each 10, this is between like 12 and 28. So how do I stay between 12 and 28? 12 is less than x is less than 28. That's a domain, and it's saying my x value needs to stay between that, which is like 12, and that, which is like 28. All right? So when you're in Desmos, here's another really important thing. In Desmos, you need to be able to save this project. That is a website. You can't just like assume it's going to still be there when you come back to it the next day unless you make a little account at Desmos, which you can do with your school Google account. Okay, so you make a Desmos account if you already have one. If you do already have one, you just sign in through your Google account. And make sure before you make a big project, some people have had this nightmare. They've spent like an hour making this really cool thing, and they go to save it, and it won't save. And they're going to have to retype the whole thing in all over again. So I would get like one thing in there, like a little circle or something, just one simple thing, and then make sure you can save it. There's a button that says save, and if you can save it and it's in your account, then you'll be able to come back to it and adjust it. All right? So basically, you have a lot of creative like freedom here. You can make whatever seems kind of cool to you. I do accept modern art as well. Okay, there is a little component. If you're going to do that, you have to actually make it look artistic. Okay, you can't just say, well, I think it looks really cool that I had a parabola here and a V shape here and a circle around the whole thing. Okay, well, that might be a little too simple, okay? So you need to have some artistic quality to it if you're going to go with, it's not a thing, it's just art. It needs to be of good quality. Okay, so I'd like to give you time to work on that. And again, refer to the sheet that tells you all the rules about what functions you need. That's in the Transformations Project folder on Schoology. And this is due on Monday after the weekend. Okay, so you have several days to work on this. Okay, and that's all I have. Oh, one more thought. Remember, it's Desmos. I'm going to write that down. DSMOS. Desmos.com, where you're going to find Desmos.com, where you're going to find the program that's going to help a lot to write these equations. Okay, that's all I have for you for today.